Hello, Capricorn. It's umomgtarot, and this is your Someone Secretly Stalking Me tarot card reading. So we're going to look at who's doing the stalking as well as who the fudge. What the fudge are they stalking about? So, here we go. Your first card is coming from the astrology reading cards. First card is Taurus. Taurus! The energy around you shows the abundance of nature. It is rich, earthy, and productive, yet relaxed and slow. I'm glad they put that in there. My computer cosigns that. Your next card, another earth sign, we have Virgo. The energy around you is dutiful, hesitant, and humble, with a discriminating, diligent, and painstaking air. All that earth energy, eh? You got a slow and deliberate stalker, a very dedicated stalker. A stalker, an on and off type stalker. Someone's, I don't know if they're too committed to stalking like on a daily, but I've been stalking you for years. Maybe once a month, I don't know. Then we have Queen of Stalkerization. We have Scorpio. Scorpio energy, all up in this reading with the earth signs. I don't know, this is smart stalking. It doesn't bode well for you. It's a very calculated stalking. The energy is intense, masterful, thoughtful, and magnetically charming, but also secretive and possessive. Freaky. Let's have a look at your tarot spread, see what they're stalking about. Let's go ahead and look. I'm using the gold in Universal. And you will see that your first card is the King of Cups. King of Cups. That's interesting. Followed by the Chariot in reverse. Seven of Cups. This is a watery reading. Followed by the Eight of Cups. And finally, the Eight of Wands in reverse. Bottom of the deck. More 8 energy. 8 of Pentacles. Hard work. So when I look at this reading, it already feels like, yes, it is. Even though there's a lot of cups here, it also feels very connected to the earth energy because of all the work, all the 8s, all the making the efforts, making plans, all the, the internal dialogue of what are we gonna do. Feels like action oriented in a non-fiery way, and more of a like organizational, let's plan this out type way. So this stalker out here in these streets is a very emotional stalker. They feel like they have a specifically deep connection to you that maybe you don't recognize. That they see that because they're emotionally intelligent and they're rather stubborn on their feelings. That they believe that you may be the one for them, or they believe that this is all part of a bigger plan or a journey of you guys uniting. But for now, I feel like they're not really off. They're not really on to actually reaching out at this very moment. We have the Chariot card, who is driven, determined, but it's in reverse, so we know that this stalker isn't confident in their abilities yet, or they want to get to some type of milestone before they reach out, and it feels like that's what they're on. And it feels like they may be on some type of career, work, or physical milestone kick goal thing that they're doing. Like, I want to do a revenge body transformation type thing. When I get to my goal weight, then I'm coming at your door. I'm starting my TikTok, Snapchat lifestyle, or whatever the heck. I'm seducing on the low. All right. And that would, kind of align with this whole long-term planning of an earth sign. They do things in the long-term physical lifestyle. You could be talking about your health. Could be talking about lifestyle. Maybe I want to, work some extra shifts and, aspire or climb a corporate ladder or two and get myself to a level that I believe I want to be recognized in. I want to, I have goals, I have plans, I have drive, determination, motivation, but I feel like, when it comes to you, this person, not as confident. And I feel like that's why they have that motivation directed towards those earth qualities of life, the lifestyle. So then we look at the choices, the options that they have in front of them, the emotional aspect of it. When they're making a decision, super emotional. Maybe they're you know, their plans are rooted. This is reminding me of that Michael Bolton song, How Am I Supposed to Live Without You? Like, how can I blame you when I built my world around hope that one day we'd be so much more than friends? That's what it feels like. Like they're making plans and they're hoping for the future. These are long-term plans that they're trying to chip away at and move towards, and it's like they're doing it on their own. Maybe they don't want to be doing it on their own, but it feels really depressing. They feel very solo, loner type. And this is an emotional journey too. This is like I'm bummed out, or I have to go through this solo or this loner energy, or this journey by myself. This will remind you of people who break up with you and then they go and become a recluse and they hermit themselves and they don't talk to friends, family, you know, and it's because their confidence is shaken or some type of knock to their drive and determination has happened, and so they feel like they're not at the level to make that gesture or to make that special effort. Or maybe they're dragging their feet to make a special effort because they're all bummed out about you. Now, what could they be bummed out about you about? Like, why? So we know that they're stalking. We know that they're trying to work to a level to impress you, to get you back to build to a level so that they can feel comfortable reaching out to you. But, you know, there's a lot of eights here. There's a lot of eighting. Right? And the 8 is the sign of completion, the number of completion, completing cycles. So I'm wondering, what is this deal right here? They need to take care of themselves. So some of them may have been like, just maybe they just didn't take care of themselves. Okay, maybe they got fat. Maybe they started on the Krispy Kremes. It started with a coupon. Started with a 30% off discount from Uber Eats, and now they just want to get themselves back in shape before they talk to you. But no, this is more about emotion. They have to balance their emotions. They got to check their emotions. Maybe they, you know, that is depression. The 8 of Cups usually speaks to depression. It's preceded by the 7 of Cups, so it's the natural progression of having options and being kind of like, I need time to think. I need time to go off on my own and figure this out. So the Queen of Cups coming as a clarifier is almost like they need to take that time for themselves, or they need to do some self-care, some techniques to get themselves in order so that they can move forward along their path and make whatever decision they're trying to make, because it's almost like they were gonna clear-cut seduce, driven and determined to be with you, driven and determined to do stuff, and they feel this like emotional connection to you. Also, this could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, because there's just too much water. And it feels like they had drive, determination, but at the same time they're off on their solo journey, and maybe they overhyped it, reaching out to you, and now they're like, oh well, I need to reach this level, and maybe they're bummed out because they see that you're doing something else, or you're with someone else, or you're, you know. But this person, like, they could feel like they need to reach some sort of level, and maybe in your head that they don't even need that. Maybe, I don't know what your dynamic is with this person. Maybe you like them a lot and you're wondering why they don't, you know, make a gesture. Why won't you make a gesture? You know, they're 7 of Swords. They're wearing a false mask. I don't think their confidence is where it needs to be. I think their drive and determination, maybe their lack of motivation is what puts them off reaching out or making a special effort towards you to, you know, offset some of the stalking. Almost feels like, you know, they feel this connection, and maybe you feel the connection too, and they're not acting on it because of insecurities, because there are other choices or options or things they got to talk about or things they got to deal with, and most importantly, it's dealing with themselves. Maybe they have something going on. What do they got going on? Feels like they're wearing a false mask. They're putting up a front that they're okay, or whatever front you're perceiving is not necessarily accurate. It's preventing them from making an effort, and that's why they got to stalk. They got to lurk from below. You know, that's the only, I guess, resources they have for you at the moment. So this stalker is, are they bad? Are they bad? They're not bad. I think this stalker is hiding a lot of secrets. Again, false mask and hiding a lot of secrets. Maybe even you're wearing a false mask when it comes to them. But this is also another Cancer moon type throw. And we know that the High Priestess is viewed as very attractive. So we know that they're very attracted to you, but they got stuff's going on the inside. Stuff you don't know about, stuff that they may not tell you about, because again, solo journey, trying to do my thing, trying to maybe repair something within before I put you into my universe, before I make an effort to talk to you instead of stalk to you. We know where you're at. We know where We know what you're doing, stalker. You need to get yourself together, and it's fine, you know? Just buy yourself some selenite. Look, my selenite broke in half. It was a heart. Now it's broken in half. Oh god, is that a good omen? It's not. Well, I made it a good omen by going, okay, well now it's unlocked all the love I have out into the universe, because damn, a broken heart? Are you kidding me? I'm not checking for that. But anyways, there it is. That's your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like a personal reading, please check out the description for a link to my website, as well as a link to my Etsy shop, where I sell a bunch of deliciously scented candles, gemstones, and new age products. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.